The UFC rankings are out, and don't worry, I'm going to take out my gum. I'm Matt Parrino.
I'm Forrest Griffin, and I, of course, am not going to take out my gum until it's beer time. It's not beer time yet, so gum stays in.
I tried. Fight Night Singapore went down this past weekend on UFC Fight Pass. It was Holly Holm in the main event, returning in a big way. She was riding a 3-fight losing streak, and now she is back. She takes out Betch Correia and moves up in the rankings 3 spots to number 2 at 135 pounds.
It's so funny to think that she has not won since she beat Ronda Rousey. I mean, but if you look at her fights, she was doing very well, obviously, when she lost the belt to Misha. I thought the, what's her name that she lost to?
Valentina Shevchenko
was really good, and we didn't know just how good she was when she fought Holm. And I thought that was a very defensive, kind of cagey, let's say a boring fight even, and that, say her name again?
Shevchenko.
Actually out Holly Holm and forced Holly Holm to lead the dance, and then was the quicker counter striker.
So like you always say, this fight was a little bit maybe boring until it wasn't.
Right.
Or you were winning till you weren't.
Exactly.
And Holly Holm, I mean, she might have been down on the scorecards, but she changed things in the 3rd round. What'd you make of the performance?
I mean, she looked great. Betcha had some opportunities. What she had to do was throw more punches when she got the opportunity. She hit Holly a couple times, and then she didn't follow up. Holly had great foot movement, and you know, Betcha cautiously didn't want to rush her. But if I was her corner, I would have told her, hey, next time you hit her 3 times. Don't hit her once and keep moving forward. Yeah, I mean, there's always the danger of a counter strike, but you know, there's 4.5 seconds between taunt to knockout. So, and the reason why she taunted her is not because she's a mean person. Obviously, they're besties now. They cut weight together. It's because she wanted to shake Holly out of her game plan. She wanted her to lead the dance. Holly's not as good when she leads as when she counters. And I think Betcha knew that.
And what did you think about...
and that's why she taunted her.
The referee, I believe it was Mark Goddard, who actually gave them a verbal warning and said, I appreciate you didn't like it.
No. It's a fight. It's a fight. I'm old school. I used to watch this when it was 30 minutes straight, and sometimes dude just laid on the ground for a while. Like we're putting Sakuraba in the Hall of Fame for a 90-minute fight. I'm glad he said he appreciates the strategy, as do I, but you don't lead against a great counter striker. That would be like charging into Anderson Silva. Stupid.
What's not stupid is Holly Holm is back in the mix at 135 pounds, but there's options. You see her at number 2. She sits behind the challenger and the champion. UFC 213, it's going to be Nunez versus Shevchenko. Holly Holm's never fought Nunez, and actually stylistically, it's a very interesting matchup.
Exciting fight. I think I would like to see that fight for both of their careers. I think that could be a great fight for both of them. As say her name?
Nunez?
Nunez is a very aggressive offensive fighter, and Holm's a counter fighter. That could be a really good fight.
The 170-pound division got a bit of a makeover after Singapore. We have Rafael dos Anjos, the former 155 champion, coming in at number 11. Colby Covington took out Dong Young Kim. He sits at number 10. Interesting matchup here. First of all, you know, we got to look at the rankings. This is the rankings report, and Dong Young Kim is ranked above Colby Covington, who just beat him.
Somebody got their math wrong. The only explanation for that is somebody didn't. So I actually fixed it on my card. I actually just put the little, this guy goes here, this guy goes here. So obviously Dong Young Kim is one below the guy he just lost to. Colby Covington, though, interesting trash talking. I didn't know that much about this guy. Just came out smothering, great game plan. Definitely won that fight. Pretty boring. So what did he do? He pulled the old Chael Sonnen. If I'm going to have a boring game plan and my fights are going to be not super exciting, although it was actually a great right hand that clipped him, knocked him down. That was exciting. But a lot of it was smother and grind. Then I'm going to talk the trash to get people involved. And it worked. People are talking about him. So good for you, Colby Covington.
Rafael dos Anjos makes his debut at 170 pounds, beats Tarek Safdien, looked great. He looked like he was
got away
more
with some illegal knees there, didn't he? What was up with that?
I don't know.
Oh, his knee was clearly on the ground. Like, ever since these rules changed, everybody got so like crazy. But you could never knee or kick someone if their knee is on the ground. Let's just remember that. The new rules are great. I love them. Make fights more exciting. make people more active and attempt to get up more. Can't knee people in the head if their knees on the ground.
I like it, but take
Public
that.
service announcement.
It was a pretty dominant win for RDA. Won on all judges' scorecards every round.
What'd you win every round?
Yeah. He looked pretty good out there. I mean, he looks quick. He looked fast. He looked like
quick.
he could take a punch at 175.
He took punches.
Pounds.
Yeah.
Looked good.
Safradine isn't a big guy for that division, though, so we'll see how he stacks up against the bigger 170-pounders.
So the blueprint for moving from 155 to 170 was set by Cowboy Cerrone and Jorge Masvidal. What do you make of these guys that are moving up in weight and having success at the weight class above? How have they been able to do it?
I mean, I'm very happy to see it. You know, they're able to do it, and they're able to live normal lives and you know, eat regularly and not stress that much about that week of the fight. Maybe they need to gain a little strength and muscle mass. They just come to the Performance Institute. I know some people that could get that done for them if they want to get stronger and a little bigger for that weight class.
Speaking of the Performance Institute, this weekend, Sunday night, special fight night, it's going to be Michael Chiesa taking on Kevin Lee, who spent some of his time preparing for this fight at the Performance Institute. You've got to see him up close and personal. What do you make of this matchup?
Kevin Lee has looked great throughout his career. The only time he kind of lost is when he was taunting a guy and got clipped, but I'm pretty sure that this is all trying to build a fight. The whole thing with Chiesa, he's just, you know, he's read the writing on the wall like Colby Covington and said, hey man, I gotta yell at people. I mean, it is fighting, so if you want to yell at the guy you're gonna fight, do it. So I think Kevin Lee's had a really good, underrated career in UFC. He's a winner, he's a grinder, he can fall back on that wrestling if he's losing on the feet.
But I want to talk about the matchup itself. Both guys with a wrestling background. Kevin Lee spent some of his time training at the Mayweather gym, has shown over the course of his career that he's got some hands. How do you see this one playing out once the fight starts?
I don't know, you know, Chiesa's a southpaw, right? And he's got the length and some weird chokes. I mean, really hard to say. I just hope it's a good fight.
And you always root for the Ultimate Fighter winners, right?
Which is Chiesa, right? So, I mean, I don't root. I just work there. It's just my day job, guys. I'm not emotionally invested in any of this. I try not to be anyway.
As always, go to UFC.com for the complete rankings.
Exciting stuff happening. Let's see where Holly Holm goes, as well as RDA.
And if you were wondering, no, Forrest doesn't own any shirt anymore that doesn't say Performance Institute.
Yeah, got that going for me. Free clothes. Hey, check it out. I wear flip-flops to work. Woo!
That was really close to my face.
Don't you wish you could wear flip-flops to work?